Did you know that some clothing items in your closet right now could be releasing chemicals that affect your skin, breathing, and overall comfort? Today, I'll reveal 7 common clothing items that may contain concerning chemicals and show you simple, practical ways to protect yourself without having to replace your entire wardrobe. The 4th item is something most seniors wear multiple times per week, and the simple solution will surprise you with how effective and easy it is to implement. Gladys from Minneapolis started noticing that her new blouses were causing skin irritation and leaving a strange chemical smell in her bedroom. After doing some research on clothing safety, she discovered that many garments contain chemical treatments that can particularly affect sensitive skin, especially as we age. She learned that simple preparation steps could have prevented her discomfort entirely. Clothing. Item 1. Newly purchased synthetic garments. That new polyester shirt or synthetic dress you just bought might contain finishing chemicals that haven't been washed out yet. When clothing manufacturers produce synthetic garments, they often apply chemical finishes to improve appearance, prevent wrinkles, or add stain resistance during the manufacturing process. These chemicals can include formaldehyde-based compounds, sizing agents, and various synthetic treatments that remain in the fabric fibers until they're properly removed through washing. The Environmental Protection Agency has documented that new textiles frequently contain residual manufacturing chemicals that can cause skin irritation, particularly in older adults whose skin may be more sensitive than it was in younger years. These chemicals don't just affect your skin directly, but can also release vapors that may contribute to indoor air quality issues in your bedroom or closet areas. Research from the EPA's Textile Safety Division shows that unwashed new clothing can contain measurable levels of formaldehyde, volatile organic compounds, and other processing chemicals that can cause reactions in sensitive individuals. Their studies indicate that seniors are particularly susceptible to these chemical exposures because aging skin often has a compromised barrier function, allowing chemicals to penetrate more easily and cause irritation. The EPA research demonstrates that proper washing can remove up to 90% of these residual chemicals, significantly reducing the risk of skin reactions and respiratory discomfort. Their findings emphasize that this simple precaution is especially important for individuals over 60, whose immune systems may be more reactive to chemical irritants. The agency recommends that new clothing should never be worn directly against the skin without proper preparation, regardless of how expensive or high quality the garment appears to be. Stanley from Denver bought a new synthetic jacket and started coughing whenever he wore it around the house. After washing the jacket twice with regular detergent, the coughing stopped completely, and he realized the problem had been chemical residue from manufacturing. Stanley now makes it a habit to wash all new clothing items before wearing them, and he hasn't experienced similar problems since making this simple change. Always wash new clothing items at least twice in hot water with your regular detergent before wearing them for the first time, paying special attention to items that will be in direct contact with your skin. Add an extra rinse cycle if your washing machine. It helps remove any remaining chemical residue that might cause irritation. Check the care label to ensure you're using the hottest water temperature recommended for that specific fabric type, as heat helps activate the cleaning process and remove more chemical residues. Don't wait to try this with your next clothing purchase. Wash those new items today. Clothing item 2. Dry-cleaned garments. Are you hanging freshly dry-cleaned clothes directly in your bedroom closet without any preparation? The dry cleaning process uses powerful chemical solvents, most commonly perchloroethylene, to remove stains and clean delicate fabrics that can't be safely washed in water. These solvents are effective at cleaning, but they can linger in the fabric fibers for days or even weeks after the cleaning process is completed. When you bring home dry-cleaned garments and immediately hang them in enclosed spaces, like bedroom closets, these chemical vapors continue to off-gas into your living environment. The Mayo Clinic has documented that prolonged exposure to dry cleaning solvents can cause headaches, dizziness, and respiratory irritation, particularly in enclosed spaces with poor ventilation. This is especially concerning for seniors who may spend considerable time in bedrooms or dressing areas where these chemicals can accumulate. Mayo Clinic research on household chemical exposure shows that dry cleaning solvents can remain active in fabrics for up to 2 weeks after cleaning, continuously releasing vapors into the surrounding air. Their environmental health studies indicate that these chemicals can be particularly problematic for individuals with respiratory sensitivities or compromised immune systems, conditions that become more common with age. The Mayo Clinic recommends that freshly dry-cleaned items should be aired out in well-ventilated areas before being stored in living spaces, especially bedrooms where people spend extended periods. Their research shows that proper airing can reduce chemical concentrations by up to 80% within 24 hours, significantly minimizing health risks. The clinic's environmental medicine specialists emphasize that this precaution is particularly important for seniors who may be taking multiple medications or have existing health conditions that make them more susceptible to chemical sensitivities. Ruth from Phoenix used to get headaches every time she organized her bedroom closet, but couldn't figure out why. After learning about dry cleaning chemicals, she started airing out her cleaned garments on the back porch for a full day before storing them. Her mysterious headaches disappeared completely, and she realized they had been caused by the concentrated chemical vapors in her small closet. Remove the plastic covers from dry-cleaned items immediately and hang them in a well-ventilated area, covered porch, garage, or spare room for at least 24 hours before moving them to your regular closet. Open windows or use a fan to increase air circulation around the garments, as moving air helps accelerate the off-gassing process and remove chemical residues more quickly. Never store freshly dry-cleaned items in small enclosed spaces like bedroom closets or dresser drawers until they've been properly aired out. Check your dry-cleaned items right now and move any recent additions to a ventilated area. Clothing. Item 3. Permanent press and wrinkle-free clothing. Wrinkle-free shirts and permanent press garments often contain formaldehyde-based treatments that help fabrics maintain their shape and resist wrinkles. These chemical treatments are applied during manufacturing and become permanently bonded to the fabric fibers, creating the convenient, wrinkle-resistant properties that many people appreciate in their clothing. However, these same chemicals can continue to release small amounts of formaldehyde vapor throughout the life of the garment, particularly when the clothing is new or exposed to heat and moisture. Harvard School of Public Health Research has identified formaldehyde as a known irritant that can cause skin sensitivity, respiratory problems, and allergic reactions in susceptible individuals. The concentration of these chemicals tends to be highest in clothing that advertises no iron or wrinkle-free properties, and the effects can be more pronounced in seniors whose skin and respiratory systems may be more sensitive than they were in young. Harvard researchers studying textile safety have found that formaldehyde-treated clothing can release measurable amounts of this chemical for months or even years after purchase, particularly when exposed to body heat and moisture during wear. Their studies show that individuals over 60 are more likely to experience skin reactions, respiratory irritation, and allergic responses to formaldehyde exposure compared to younger adults. The Harvard research indicates that repeated washing can reduce but not eliminate these chemical emissions, as the treatments are designed to be permanent and wash-resistant. Their environmental health experts recommend that seniors with sensitive skin or respiratory conditions should be particularly cautious about clothing labeled as wrinkle-free or permanent press. The research shows that natural fiber alternatives like cotton, linen, and wool provide similar comfort without the chemical treatments, though they may require more maintenance in terms of ironing and care. Walter from Tampa Bay had been experiencing unexplained skin irritation around his collar and cuffs for months, particularly on days when he wore his favorite wrinkle-free dress shirts. After switching to traditional cotton dress shirts, his skin problems cleared up within 2 weeks. Walter now accepts that he needs to iron his shirts occasionally, but he's grateful to be free from the constant itching and irritation he had been experiencing. Choose natural fiber alternatives like cotton, linen, or wool for garments that come in direct contact with your skin, especially shirts, blouses, and undergarments that you wear for extended periods. When you must use wrinkle-free clothing, wash these items multiple times before first wearing and continue washing them more frequently than other garments to reduce chemical buildup. Look for clothing labels that specify no added formaldehyde or formaldehyde-free when shopping for new garments, as some manufacturers are responding to consumer health concerns. Evaluate your wrinkle-free wardrobe today and consider gradually replacing the most frequently worn items with natural fiber alternative clothing. Item 4. Athletic and moisture-wicking clothing. How often do you wear synthetic athletic wear or moisture-wicking fabrics throughout your daily activities? These specialized garments are treated with antimicrobial chemicals designed to prevent odor-causing bacteria growth and manage moisture during physical activity. While these treatments can be effective for their intended purpose, they often contain chemicals like silver nanoparticles, triclosan, or other antimicrobial agents that remain active in the fabric throughout the garment's life. Johns Hopkins dermatology research has shown that prolonged contact with antimicrobial clothing treatments can cause skin irritation, allergic reactions, and contact dermatitis, particularly in individuals with sensitive skin or existing skin conditions. The problem becomes more significant when these garments are worn for extended periods or multiple days per week, as the chemical exposure accumulates over time. Many seniors wear athletic or moisture-wicking clothing not just for exercise, but as comfortable daily wear, potentially increasing their exposure to these chemical treatments beyond what the manufacturers originally intended. Johns Hopkins dermatologists have documented increasing numbers of skin reactions related to antimicrobial clothing treatments, particularly among older adults who wear these garments regularly for comfort rather than intensive athletic activities. Their research shows that the chemicals used in moisture-wicking treatments can accumulate in skin oils and cause delayed allergic reactions that may not appear until after weeks or months of regular wear. The Johns Hopkins studies indicate that washing these garments doesn't remove the antimicrobial treatments, as they're specifically designed to survive multiple wash cycles and remain active throughout the clothing's lifespan. Their dermatology specialists recommend limiting the wearing time of treated athletic wear and ensuring thorough washing after each use to remove body oils and reduce chemical concentration against the skin. The research suggests that seniors should be particularly cautious about sleeping in athletic wear or wearing it for extended periods during sedentary activities, as prolonged skin contact increases the likelihood of developing sensitivity reactions. Linda from Sacramento loved wearing her moisture-wicking workout shirt for comfort around the house, but started developing itchy rashes on her torso. When she limited these shirts to actual exercise sessions and switched to cotton shirts for daily wear, her skin problems resolved within a month. Linda learned that just because clothing is comfortable doesn't mean it's appropriate for all-day wear. Limit wearing synthetic athletic and moisture-wicking clothing to actual exercise sessions or physical activities, avoiding the temptation to wear them as all-day comfort clothing. Wash these garments immediately after each wearing using hot water and extra rinse cycles to remove body oils and reduce chemical buildup against your skin. Choose natural fiber alternatives like cotton or bamboo for casual comfort wear, reserving synthetic athletic wear for its intended purpose of moisture management during physical activity. Reassess your athletic wear routine now and make changes to reduce unnecessary chemical exposure. Clothing item 5. Dark-colored synthetic clothing. Dark synthetic fabrics often contain higher concentrations of chemical dyes and color-setting agents compared to lighter-colored garments or natural fiber clothing. The deep, rich colors in synthetic fabrics like polyester, nylon, and acrylic require intensive chemical dye processes that can leave residual chemicals in the fabric even after manufacturing is complete. These dyes and chemical agents can transfer to your skin through sweat, friction, or prolonged contact, particularly in areas where clothing fits snugly against the body. The Centers for Disease Control Research on Textile Dye Sensitivities has identified several chemical dyes commonly used in dark synthetic clothing that can cause allergic contact dermatitis, particularly in individuals with sensitive skin or existing skin conditions. The CDC findings show that dark colors like black, navy blue, and deep burgundy typically require the most intensive chemical processing, resulting in higher concentrations of potentially problematic substances that can affect seniors whose skin may be more reactive than it was in younger years. CDC research on textile-related skin reactions shows that dark-colored synthetic clothing accounts for a significant percentage of clothing-related allergic reactions reported to dermatologists nationwide. Their studies indicate that the combination of synthetic fibers and dark dyes creates an environment where chemicals can more easily transfer to skin, particularly when the clothing becomes damp from perspiration or humid conditions. The CDC research demonstrates that seniors are more susceptible to these dye-related reactions because aging skin often has reduced natural protective barriers and may be more permeable to chemical irritants. Their dermatology specialists have found that reactions can develop gradually over time, making it difficult for individuals to identify the specific clothing items causing their skin problems. The CDC recommendations emphasize that individuals who develop unexplained skin irritation should consider their dark synthetic clothing as a potential contributing factor, particularly garments worn frequently or for extended periods. George from Charleston had been experiencing leg irritation for months, particularly during Florida's humid summer weather. He eventually traced the problem to his favorite dark polyester pants that he wore several times per week. After switching to lighter-colored cotton pants for most of his leg irritation cleared up completely, and he realized the synthetic fabric and dark dyes had been causing his discomfort through chemical transfer during warm weather. Choose lighter colors when selecting synthetic clothing, as these typically require fewer chemical dyes and color-setting treatments during manufacturing. Prioritize natural fiber alternatives like cotton, linen or wool when you want dark-colored garments, as these materials generally use less intensive chemical dye processes. Wash dark synthetic clothing separately and more frequently to prevent dye transfer to other garments and reduce chemical buildup that could affect your skin. Check your dark synthetic clothing immediately and consider replacing frequently worn items with natural fiber alternatives in similar colors. Clothing. Item 6. Flame-retardant sleepwear. Is your nightwear treated with flame-retardant chemicals that you might not even know about? Many pajamas, nightgowns, and sleepwear items are treated with chemical flame retardants to meet federal safety standards, particularly garments made from synthetic materials that are naturally more flammable than cotton or other natural fibers. These flame-retardant chemicals can include compounds like polybrominated diphenyl ethers, chlorinated organophosphates, or other chemical treatments designed to prevent or slow fabric ignition. Environmental health perspectives research has shown that flame-retardant chemicals can migrate from clothing into household dust and indoor air, creating ongoing exposure even when you're not wearing the treated garments. The concern is particularly significant with sleepwear because these garments are worn for extended periods in close contact with skin, and bedroom environments tend to have limited air circulation that can allow chemical concentrations to build up over time. For seniors who may spend more time in bedrooms due to health conditions or lifestyle changes, this exposure can become more significant than for younger, more active individuals. Environmental health perspective studies have documented that flame-retardant chemicals from treated clothing can accumulate in bedroom dust and remain detectable for months or years after the clothing is purchased. Their research shows that these chemicals can be absorbed through the skin during sleep and may contribute to hormonal disruption, respiratory irritation, and other health concerns, particularly in older adults whose detoxification systems may not function as efficiently as they did in younger years. The studies indicate that flame-retardant chemicals are designed to be persistent and long-lasting, meaning they continue to be released from clothing throughout the garment's entire lifespan. Environmental health specialists emphasize that while these treatments serve an important safety purpose, the health risks may outweigh the benefits for many seniors, particularly those who live in homes with modern smoke detection systems and other fire safety measures. The research suggests that untreated natural fiber sleepwear provides adequate safety for most individuals while eliminating the ongoing chemical exposure associated with flame-retardant treatments. Alice from Portland had been experiencing restless sleep and waking up with a stuffy nose for several months after purchasing new synthetic pajamas. When she switched to organic cotton sleepwear, her sleep quality improved dramatically within 2 weeks. Alice realized that the flame-retardant chemicals in her synthetic pajamas had been affecting her breathing and sleep comfort, and she now exclusively chooses untreated natural fiber sleepwear. Choose untreated natural fiber sleepwear like organic cotton, bamboo, or linen instead of synthetic pajamas that may contain flame-retardant treatments. Read clothing labels carefully and look for terms like flame-resistant or meets flammability standards, which often indicate chemical treatments you may want to avoid. Prioritize sleepwear made from naturally flame-resistant materials rather than chemically treated synthetic fabrics, focusing on comfort and breathability for better sleep quality. Replace treated sleepwear as soon as possible, starting with the items you wear most frequently for sleeping. Clothing. Item 7. Synthetic undergarments and shapewear. Synthetic undergarments and shapewear worn close to skin can trap chemicals, moisture, and heat against your body for extended periods throughout the day. These garments often combine multiple chemical treatments, including antimicrobial agents, moisture-wicking compounds, elastic treatments, and dye chemicals that remain active against your skin during wear. The close-fitting nature of undergarments means these chemicals have extended contact with some of your body's most sensitive skin areas, and the lack of air circulation can concentrate chemical exposure. The American Academy of Dermatology research shows that synthetic undergarments can contribute to various skin conditions, including contact dermatitis, fungal infections, and allergic reactions, particularly in seniors whose skin may be more sensitive and whose immune systems may be more reactive to chemical irritants. The combination of chemical treatments, synthetic materials, and prolonged skin contact creates an environment where even small amounts of chemicals can cause significant discomfort over time. Many seniors experience skin problems in areas where synthetic undergarments are worn, but don't realize that their clothing choices might be contributing to these issues. American Academy of Dermatology specialists have found that synthetic undergarments and shapewear account for a significant number of skin complaints among seniors, particularly women who wear synthetic bras, underwear, or shapewear for extended periods. Their research shows that the chemicals used in synthetic undergarment production can accumulate in skin oils and cause reactions that may not appear immediately, making it difficult for individuals to identify their undergarments as the source of their skin problems. The dermatology studies indicate that synthetic materials don't allow proper air circulation and moisture management, creating conditions that can worsen chemical sensitivity reactions and contribute to bacterial or fungal growth. Their skin health experts recommend that seniors prioritize breathable, natural fiber undergarments that allow air circulation and reduce chemical exposure, particularly for individuals with sensitive skin, diabetes, or other conditions that affect skin health. The Academy's research shows that switching to natural fiber undergarments often results in rapid improvement of chronic skin irritation that patients had been experiencing for months or years. Frank from Dallas had been dealing with persistent skin irritation in areas where his synthetic underwear made contact, particularly during warm weather. His doctor suggested he try cotton underwear for a few weeks to see if it made a difference. Within 10 days of switching to 100% cotton undergarments, Frank's skin irritation was completely gone, and he realized his synthetic underwear had been causing the problem all along. Switch to breathable natural fiber undergarments made from cotton, bamboo, or other natural materials that allow proper air circulation and moisture management. Choose undergarments without added antimicrobial treatments, moisture-wicking chemicals, or other synthetic enhancements that might cause skin reactions. Replace synthetic shapewear with natural fiber alternatives, or limit wearing time to special occasions rather than daily use. Make this switch for your next underwear purchase, prioritizing skin health and comfort over synthetic convenience features. These 7 awareness steps can significantly reduce your exposure to potentially harmful clothing chemicals while improving your daily comfort and skin health. By making informed choices about what you wear, how you prepare new clothing, and prioritizing natural materials over synthetic alternatives, you can create a safer, more comfortable wardrobe that supports your health and well-being throughout your daily activities. The simple changes I've shared today don't require expensive replacements or complicated routines, just awareness and gradual improvements to protect your health. If this information will change how you think about your clothing choices and help you make healthier decisions for your wardrobe, hit that like button to help other seniors discover this important information. Share this with friends and family members who deserve to know about clothing safety and how to protect themselves from unnecessary chemical exposure. Comment below and tell me which clothing item surprised you most, and let me know how these changes work for you when you try them at home.